I haven't done a video in forever, and so this is really kind of just something I had to vent about here. As you can see, my controller is in crazy land, and I'm using games, so if my screws fall all over the place, I don't lose them. I had been having a controller problem. It wasn't too big of a deal because it would stop and kind of go away after a while, and I figured, oh, I'm just getting them stuck. I'll have to clean them. It's no big deal, blah, 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 blah. Well, last night I got a new game. I got Dead Rising, and it became a huge problem where my trigger just stopped, like, working normally, and he was kind of in throw mode the whole time, and if you've ever played that game, you can't do that. It'd basically be like aiming down like any kind of sights in a game, like it's the left trigger, that's what's stuck. So I kept going, what the heck could be wrong with it? Blah, 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 blah. I have already fixed the problems, but I'm going to explain this to you and show you the best I can. The screw that goes here, no, wait, wrong side, sorry. The screw that went here, that was up in, like, this part going down, this circle right here, that screw had been out of there. And the reason that this is a problem is that if you know about the Xbox, these things cover that. I have never opened it, I never would. That screw should not have come out. And if you're asking, like, well, maybe it just got loose, I mean, it can, but that's still not really my problem. They have security screws, these things should have been in tight. And it was so hard to open it, it's kind of ridiculous that this thing was out of there. So I'm going to show you the fun of the Xbox controller here. That thing was stuck when I found it. So you can imagine with this caging on, I was trying to be delicate as I could. So these holes and the gap that is there, I used tweezers and a Q-tip and I got it off. But as you can see, this is the problem here. Your Hall effects, I keep seeing Halifax, okay, sorry. Your Hall effect sensor is underneath that directly. It's the little black dot. I'm going to point to it here. Oops, try not lose them. It's this little black thing underneath it. See that? That, like, okay, the magnet thing is supposed to get it here, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm trying not to let this fall apart, but here, if I do this, you can see how that black dot is underneath there. Well, long story short, what happened was this screw had come undone, it had been under there, and I have destroyed my sensor last night. I bet you can't see it as well. I wish I could get my phone sturdy. Hang on. We'll see if it does. But there we go. You can probably see that the 303 is not there. And over here on this side, I don't know if it'll focus in, but the 303, and you can see that, you know, it's not damaged. And if this one will zoom in again, it's not a good situation. And, there you go. See those scratches on the actual sensor itself? Not to mention the magnet board has been, you know, beat up by it too. So my main thing here is I just want to warn people, if your triggers are stuck, do not force them down. You need to see if there is a screw loose. Do not break your Halifax sensor any further. This is something I cannot fix as far as I know. This controller is old enough that, you know, it's past the warranty, and that's why I broke it open. But I'm really thoroughly angry, honestly, because it's a week before Christmas, and if I want to play any of my games, I'm going to have to invest in a new controller, and they're not very cheap. And this was not my fault. Maybe I dropped it or something, but the screw should never have been loose enough for it to get into my triggers or even in my buttons. So, I mean, that's just not even cool. Like, you get the idea. Like, look how bad that is right there. I mean, it could have just smacked into that multiple times. And just because of that sensor broke, because of Microsoft did not get a screw in correctly, I might have to pay, like, way more than I want to on anything, because I can't just get it fixed. I was hoping it was a magnet out of place when I opened it. I don't know. But you get the point. This is not okay. Check your stuff out. Make sure you don't have stuff beating it up. And now I get to go... Honestly, I'm going to go probably call and blast Microsoft and be like, what have you done to your controllers? I have my original Xbox 360 controllers to this day. From the original white 360. So I personally just can't understand why. Oh, they thought that was a good idea, you know. Maybe they should shake the controller first before they send it out. Maybe they should drop it a few times for a month and then see, oh, did this controller break? Are the screws everywhere? I don't know. You get my frustration probably. If you're here, you've probably already looked for a solution, and I hope I'm not like a sad end to your solution. But yeah. So I hope everybody has a good day. I hope your controller is not as busted up on the inside as mine is, if you came across this for that. If you guys have any suggestions, you know, on keeping like the thing from potentially having that problem, let me know, because I mean, I never would have known the screw was loose if I hadn't finally opened up it and gone, wait, this screw's gone, where's it at? And then realized that it was floating around. Yeah, alright. Well, everybody have a good day. I gotta go, figure this out, because, yeah, I'm personally mad at, like I said, at Microsoft, because this is not okay. This is not something that should happen. Like, good job, guys. Alright. Have a good day, guys.